Okay, hi. So we're continuing my CFS tour here. Uh, we just came. We're coming out of the bathroom now, and this is the floor. My bedroom door is on the left. My roommate's door is in front of me. You can see all the stuff that is next to his door. I can't always clean that up, um, so it kind of sits there on most days. On some days, most of the time I do sweep it up, but other days when I don't feel like it. Here's the kitchen. I don't know if you can see really well the kitchen here, but there's a debris in the floor, and this kitchen has not been mopped or Swiffered in a year and a half, and so I don't think the lighting does a very good job here of pulling in how great the floor looks. But I will say this: uh, there's a bit of a funky smell that comes out of the when the fridge is running. I don't know what that is, but there's nothing I can do about it because I cannot clean the floor, and it's not been cleaned. And you can see some of the junk that's laying around. That's not from me. That's from my roommate. I don't even deal with it. I don't deal with it. I don't want to do anything with it. Dishes have not been done since April. All the silverware's been sitting here used up since April. The knives, everything. The sink's been sitting there since April. I have not been able to do anything with it. Here's the stuff on the cupboard that I have that's sitting here in front of me. Normally I would store this stuff before I was ill. I have it all down in the cupboards or up in the cupboards, wherever it needs to be. And I leave it here for me because it's easy for me to grab it. I can't, bending down and pulling even rummaging light things out of this cupboard is devastating to me. And it causes me a great deal of anguish and uh, physical issues, so I don't even bother unless I absolutely have to go in there. And even then, I just kind of bend down and slowly try to pull something out and keep it up, and then I leave it up here so I don't have to deal with it going back down there again. Cutting board hasn't been cleaned in 4 months because lifting the cutting board is so heavy for me that it actually causes me a great deal of exhaustion and physical pain afterward. So if I were to wash it, it would be difficult for me to do so, and it would cause problems afterward. You can see all the dirt on the cover. Let me turn on the lights here a little bit better. Shared stove here between myself and my roommate. This is all my roommate's stuff. He bakes everything, or he bakes pizza, bakes a lot of different things, frozen, and none of this is from me. But as you can see, I have not been able to clean this up in 4 months, and so it's piling up. Microwave's the same way. It's all full of smudges. That microwave plate for me is so difficult to lift. I feel like it's 2 or 3 pounds, and to drag it across to the sink and then move it around and wash it and set it up against the wall for drying and move it back into the microwave is difficult for me. Is actually more devastating than the actual cutting board. And you can see the dirt in the microwave because I'm moving my hands around in and out trying to scrub things clean causes a huge amount of physical pain and exhaustion for me. I'm gonna go ahead and walk into the living room here, and if you'd be able to capture, if we get up the glare, and you can see here, this floor, like the kitchen, has not been cleaned in a year and a half. So everything that comes in from the outside, salt, dirt, everything, especially in the wintertime, has been tracked all over this floor. My Siamese cat, who's actually in my bedroom right now, was very sick for a while. Was sneezing 50 times, was sneezing literally 50 to 100 times a day, all over this floor. You can see some of the markings on the window. I've not been able to clean it since I finally got her to the vet. When I worked briefly for a brief period of time again, I finally got enough money to go to the vet, but I have not been able to clean the windows. So all of her sneeze, all that stays on the windows. You can see the couch here. The couch blankets are light enough that I can do laundry, but because of the condition I've been in and things that I've been dealing with, the last 3-4 months, I've not been able to actually clean these again. They're due for cleaning. You can see now dirt on the floor. This is all from. This is probably all from my Siamese, and just her tracking stuff around, sneezing, some discharge from her nose that she still has left over because I'm due to take her back in the vet again, but I can't carry her myself. I got to have somebody help me take her to the vet, and plus, if I do take her to the vet, I got to have money. And I've already talked about my money situation. It's gone. It's a disaster. And then this is where I have my litter box, and this is where Sima, my Siamese kitty, has all of her food and water. This is the only thing that I can reliably do on a regular basis every day is clean her litter box. And I have a sifting pan here. I use flushable litter, and I put the sifting pan down on the floor, and I shake the box, take the top off the box, and I shake it. And then I dump it into the sift pan, and I sift it, and then I take the contents that come out of that, and I put it down I flush it down the toilet. I put the other the good stuff back into the box, and then I go ahead and take a broom and I sweep around here, and I'll sweep around the living room. That entire endeavor and the energy that it takes for me and the bending down just from doing that leaves me so exhausted that I have to sit down in my bed for sometimes a half an hour or longer or an hour just to recover from it so I can get up and do anything else that I want to do during the day, whatever very limited activities that I can do, and those can vary from one day to the other. But mostly if I ever have to be able to go outside, I go outside because I have to run errands and go places. But I only stay in my car. I go walk to my car. I drive to wherever I need to go. I drive to the mailbox. I drive to the store. I drive to the store. I drive to the convenience store. And in the grocery stores, in the grocery stores, supermarkets, I use an electric cart. And the only place where I can't help far have to walk is I use the handicap parking in every place that I go to. I have a handicap placard in the car, a permanent disability parking pass that was presented to me, luckily by one of the physicians who used to support me, or my only supportive physician, and she retired and left the area, so now I'm stuck with nothing else. Nobody else at this time who wants to support me. So I use that placard, and I'm lucky I have it because I can barely walk 100 feet without having to stop and rest or do anything. This lunch box here, I use this as a door stopper. You can see these doors here are extremely heavy. So while I can open and close them, it becomes very, very taxing for me to do it, constantly opening in and out of a door 5, 8, or 10 times will become basically almost impossible for me and will cause a great deal of physical issues, not only at that time, but especially afterward. So I can't even do anything. So I usually have to put my cat in the room, close the bedroom door. And then here is this door, which has been a bugaboo for me since the time I moved in this building. This door is a flat-out pain in the ass. It is a barrier for me to get my stuff in and out. And it's a heavy door, and it's hooked up with. Oh, sorry, I keep doing this. It's hooked up with the power spring, whatever you got, hydraulics or whatever. When I go shopping, I can only carry one. I have to go ahead and weight all the bags. All the bags have to be probably 2, 3, maybe 4 pounds at the most. I have to stack everything in them so that I can carry each bag without devastating myself and exhausting myself too much in one session. So I put the bags in my car. I drive the car home. I usually carry them in one at a time. This door if I turn the knob on this door and pull it open, and if I do it constantly, that will exhaust me even more than opening and closing this door. So I don't even bother to do it. I don't even try. If I have to, when I go shopping, I have to go ahead and I will usually be carrying 8 to 10 bags in and out of this car, from the back of my car into this house, one at a time. It can take me up to 20 minutes just to unload my groceries. And I don't even buy that much. I go every week. I'm one person. I have to weight the bags, and then I carry the weighted bags out of the car one at a time in here. I push this door open. I let it close up. I let it shut on the lunch bucket. And then I go in here. And then I go ahead into the kitchen and I set it on the table. And I set everything I need to on the table, unless, of course, it's perishable. And then I put it in the fridge right away. When I put it up on the table, then I unload it. I unpack the bags. Then when I'm done, I pull this door open. I don't even bother to bend down to pick this up. I can't even do that. I kick this thing back into the room. See that? And then I shut the door with my feet. Because by the time I've done all of that and gotten done with grocery shopping, etc., I'm so exhausted that I need to sit down. And I will probably need to sit down for hours to make sure that I not only recover from that and don't get worse from it, just so I can stay functional. So that's it. That's the struggle I go through. That's what I deal with. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. That's only the surface of what it is that I go through every day. And I have to do all this and I have to go through this and manage all of this and still stay upright and maintain myself and my functioning. And that's in addition to whatever it is that the rest of the world tries to push me to do. And if you're living in a nearly hostile, misunderstanding world, prejudiced world that doesn't seem to understand what invisible illness or these types of illnesses are, don't care, think there are cures all over the place, think you just like run down a block and it'll resolve itself. It causes a great deal of hardship and a great deal of struggle for a person who has it, because unless you have something like this and you go through it every day, you have no idea. And most of the time, people don't even care that this exists. Thank you. So that's going to be the end of this last video, and that's my experience every day.